Well, I hope that you really enjoyed today's activities as you got a hands-on approach to doing some rhetorical analysis. And I hope that as you prepare to write your final paper, you're becoming more adept at finding these literary devices and rhetorical devices that we have learned in class. Just to review, you completed several activities, but you met the following learning outcomes. NCA Learning Outcome 4, locate and use information relevant to goals, audience, purposes, and contexts. And identify meanings embedded in message as Outcome 5.1. And you did all that through the things that you curated and as you identified different themes. Articulate characteristics of mediated and non-mediated messages. Use a lot of different types of media, both videos and text, so it's good. Outcome 5.3, recognize the influence of messages. And outcome 9.1, explain the importance of communication in civic life. And I hope that looking at the presidential speeches, and the ones by famous Americans, really helped you to identify ways that rhetoric is important to our culture. And it's also important as we're looking at how language influences how we see things, the constructionary nature of language. I hope that this activity helped you see that a lot of times famous speakers influence a national definition of what has happened and a cultural definition of events. And we saw that when we talked in class about the 9/11 speech. And also you met the ISTE standards. You planned and employed effective research strategies to locate information and other resources, Standard 3A. Standard 3B, you evaluated the accuracy, perspective, credibility, and relevance of information, media, data, or other resources. And Standard 3D, you built knowledge by actively exploring real-world issues and problems, developing ideas and theories, and pursuing answers and solutions. And I hope that your podcast included some solutions and some things that you reflected on as you were learning about all these things. You've also worked on several Bloom's levels, evaluating by assessing, understanding, which identifying. You did some remembering when you were reading and watching. You did some applying when you were collecting things and remembering when you were identifying different themes. And finally, you did some creating. You did some curating and some writing, some podcasting, and finally a little bit of analyzing by concluding and evaluating by critiquing. So we've covered a lot of ground in this lesson. I hope that you found it enjoyable and that you learned a lot, and I'll look forward to seeing you in class next week. Thank you.